Choosing the right bank is important because banks play an important role in many aspects of our lives. It's very likely you'll have multiple interactions with your bank on a daily or weekly basis. Every aspect of choosing the right bank for you matters, whether it's based upon being able to open an account, applying for a loan, the annual percentage yield that's being offered, potential overdraft fees, and more. All in all, you want to be sure that your money is safe and secure, but also that you're getting the most out of your account. Therefore, here are 10 tips to learn how to choose the right bank. 1. Look for banks that charge little to no fees. It's no secret that fees are a huge part of the banking business. Banks make a lot of money by charging customers fees for various services, whether those services are provided in person or online. The good news is that many banks understand this and strive to keep their fees low. Some banks don't even charge any fees at all. You should want to look for banks that charge low or no fees when choosing a bank account. If you're looking at two different accounts with similar features and interest rates, choose the one with fewer or no fees. This will save you money over time and help you to improve your overall financial health. The best way to avoid paying unnecessary bank fees is to do research before you open an account. Look at different accounts from different banks and compare them side by side in terms of interest rate, minimum deposit requirements, balance requirements for avoiding monthly maintenance fees, and other details like online bill payment, functionality, and e-statements. 2. Consider the convenience of a bank branch. Sometimes we don't consider the convenience of a bank branch. While it may seem that using online banking and ATMs are the only ways to bank, there are still some advantages to having a branch close by. If you're not comfortable with online banking or you don't have access to an ATM, a good place to start is visiting your bank's website and finding out how to set up an account. Most banks have tools that allow you to manage your accounts from home or on the go. While it's important to understand how your money is managed and where it's going, not every person wants to or feels the need to have access to their money at all times. For example, if you only deposit checks once or twice per week, then a checking account with check writing privileges might be enough for your needs. 3. Take a look at credit unions in your area. Credit unions are non-profit, member-owned financial institutions. They're often smaller than banks with a narrower range of services, but they also tend to offer higher interest rates on savings accounts and lower loan rates on mortgages and auto loans. With more than 7,000 credit unions across the country, there's likely one near you. Here's how to find one. Look up your employer. Many employers have relationships with local credit unions that offer discounts or other perks to employees. If your employer offers this benefit, be sure to ask whether there are any associated credit unions nearby. Search online. Credit unions don't always list their addresses and phone numbers online, but many do include them on their websites, even if they're only listed on their FAQ pages or in their privacy policies under Contact Us. Ask for recommendations from friends or family members who live nearby. If you know anyone who lives in your area or knows someone who does, ask them if they'd ever used a local credit union before and what their experience was like. 4. Find a bank that supports your lifestyle. Finding a bank that supports your lifestyle is more important than ever. With so many options available, it's easy to get overwhelmed. If you're looking for a bank that supports your lifestyle, consider these factors. Banking features. The best banks offer tools and features to help you manage your money. Many offer mobile apps and online banking services, and some even allow you to deposit checks remotely. If you travel frequently or work from home, look for a bank that offers online bill pay and other online banking services. Security. Security is another important consideration when selecting a new bank. Look for one that offers secure transactions and has security measures in place to protect your personal information from being compromised by hackers or other cybercriminals. Customer service. Additionally, look for banks with customer service options that match the needs of your lifestyle, including hours of operation, 24/7 phone support, and online chat options, so you have someone on hand when you need them most. 5. Examine digital features. When you're choosing a bank, it's important to consider more than just the interest rate on your savings account. Consider the following. Digital features. With so many banking options available online today, it's important to choose a bank with digital convenience in mind. Some banks offer mobile check deposits and online bill pay, while others have apps that let you deposit checks and make transfers from your phone or tablet. Customer service. How easily can you contact customer service? Does the bank offer 24/7 live chat support, or is it only available during business hours? Are there any limitations on how much money you can transfer per day? These are all important questions to ask when determining how easy it will be for you to get help with your bank account when you need to. Online security. Your banking information should be safe no matter where or how you access your accounts, especially if you use public computers or log in from an unsecured network like a coffee shop's Wi-Fi hotspot. Look for banks that offer two-factor authentication, 2FA, on all online accounts, as well as password managers that generate strong passwords for every site and app in which they're used. 6. Know what banking experience you want. Banks are divided into two categories: commercial banks and investment banks. Commercial banks provide traditional banking services to retail customers, such as checking accounts, savings accounts, and certificates of deposit, CDs. Investment banks provide a variety of services to institutional clients, including securities underwriting, merger and acquisition advice, and trading. Commercial banks. Commercial banks offer checking accounts for depositing money, savings accounts for safekeeping savings, and certificates of deposit, CDs, for long-term investment. Commercial banks also offer loans called mortgages if they're used to buy homes, home equity lines of credit, HELCs, and car loans. Some commercial banks have trust departments that manage individual retirement or trust accounts. Investment banks. Investment banks are not-for-profit financial institutions that raise capital from both private investors and public companies to fund ventures with high growth potential but uncertain returns. They also help companies raise capital by providing advice on mergers, acquisitions, and divestitures, arranging initial public offerings, buying back stock from current shareholders, or selling new stock or bonds to the public at large. 7. Amount of services offered. The different amount of services offered at a bank should be a factor when choosing the right bank account. The first thing to look at is what kind of banking services and products the bank offers, such as checking and savings accounts, credit cards, mortgages, student loans, and more. Some banks even offer free or low-cost financial advice to help customers manage their money better based on their unique needs and goals. While most banks offer free ATM access at their own machines, it's a good idea to look for one with many locations in your area so you don't have to drive far if an emergency arises where cash is needed quickly. Convenience fees may apply if you use another bank's ATM more than once per month, or non-network ATMs more than 3 times per month. However, these fees will vary by institution, so be sure to ask about them before signing up with an account. Some banks have limited availability in certain geographic areas, while others have branches all over the country. If you'll be traveling frequently or need access to a local branch on a regular basis, it's important to find one that has branches near you so that you don't need to travel very far when you need to visit one in person. Keep in mind that you would want your chosen bank to protect you against fraud committed on your account as well, so you don't have to worry about losing anything due to someone else's actions. All in all, be sure that the services that you need are available at the bank where you want to open an account. 8. Consider interest rates. Interest rates on bank accounts are not always straightforward. They can depend on your current account balance, the type of account you have, and what the bank is offering in terms of a bonus or promotion. It's important to consider interest rates when choosing the correct bank account for your needs. Here we explain what each type of interest rate means and how much you could earn on your savings. What is interest? Interest is the cost of borrowing money, and it's paid by the borrower, you, to the lender, the bank. It's an annual percentage figure that's charged on top of the original sum borrowed. In most cases, it's paid quarterly or monthly at a fixed rate over a set period, such as 12 months or 5 years. In other cases, it's calculated daily or even each time money goes into or out of your current account. How do banks calculate interest? Banks use one of 2 methods to calculate how much interest they pay: simple interest or compounded interest. Simple interest means that you're only paid back what you originally deposited with no extra added in for any time that has elapsed since you put your money in there. Compound interest means earning interest on the money you've deposited. A good example of compound interest is, let's say you have $100 and you have 10% each year. This means you'll have $110 at the end of the year. At the end of the second year, without depositing or withdrawing from the balance shown, you would have $121, so on and so forth. With that being said, a good bank to look for would be one that offers high-interest accounts. These accounts pay higher rates of return than traditional savings accounts. They may also offer bonuses for opening and maintaining the account. High-interest accounts are generally not restricted to a specific use, so you can use the money in your account as you see fit, including making deposits or withdrawals at any time without penalty. Most high-yield savings accounts don't charge fees or have minimum balance requirements, which makes it easier to earn more money without having to worry about fees or losing interest because your account doesn't have enough money in it. 9. Common charges from a bank. There are a few different common charges that you may receive from your bank. The following is a list of a few different common charges that you might see. Overdraft fees. Overdraft fees are applied towards your account when you make a withdrawal or payment that exceeds the amount in your account. ATM withdrawal fees. ATM withdrawal fees are the charges you get from your bank when you withdraw money from an ATM that's not part of your bank's network. Cash withdrawal fees. The bank could charge you a fee for withdrawing money from an ATM. It may be a flat fee or it could be a percentage of the amount withdrawn. Foreign exchange fees. Cash foreign exchange fees are charged when you purchase currency in another country. This is usually done through a bank or currency exchange broker, but you can also use a debit card at an ATM to withdraw cash in the local currency of your destination. Balance transfer fees. Balance transfer fees are charged by the bank for transferring your existing credit card balance from one card to another. This can be done online or by phone. Stop payment fees. Stop payment fees are charged when you ask your bank not to pay a check or money order because it has been lost or stolen. A stop payment request can also be made in writing or over the telephone. Stop payments are sometimes made when there's an error on your account or if the check has already been cashed by someone else. Return check fees. Return check fees are applied to your account when a bank or other financial institution receives a check that cannot be honored for one reason or another. The fee is often imposed by your bank to make up for the money that it can't collect from the person or entity who wrote the check. Wire transfer fees. There are two types of fees that can be associated with wire transfers. The first is a flat fee. This is usually a one-time charge, but it can be charged on an ongoing basis. It's typically based on the amount being transferred, and it can range from $10 to $30 or more. The second type of fee is an international transfer fee. This covers the cost of processing the money and sending it abroad. These fees are often much lower than those associated with domestic transfers, but they're still something you should keep in mind when planning your wire transfer needs. Bank wire transfer fees vary widely by institution, so make sure to ask your bank about their specific pricing structure before sending any money over international borders. Cashier check fees. Cashier's checks are a type of check issued by banks, and they're much like personal checks. The difference is that cashier's checks are guaranteed by the issuing bank and can be used as security for larger purchases or payments. Cashier's checks are also more secure than personal checks because they have to be cashed by the payee at a bank branch rather than at a store or restaurant. Cashier's checks typically cost between $5 and $10 each, but you may have to pay additional fees. These include check processing fee. This is a flat fee charged by your bank for processing the check. If you've never used cashier's checks before, this charge could be higher than normal because your bank needs to verify your identity and match your financial information with its records before it can issue one of these checks. Expedited service fee. Some banks will charge extra if you want them to process your check faster than normal, usually within 24 hours. Certified check fees. Certified checks are an alternative to cashier's checks and money orders, which are often used for large transactions. They are a type of check that must be cashed by the issuing bank and cannot be deposited into another account. You can find these fees associated with most types of checks at your bank. They're usually available on the bank's website, or you can ask a teller. Certified check fees vary by institution, but they tend to be higher than those for normal personal checks. The fees may include a service charge for processing the check, usually $3 to $5. An additional fee if the check is returned as uncollectible. 10. Understand terms and conditions. Terms and conditions are the agreements that you agree to when using a service or product. They can be found on the back of your bank card and are just as important as the terms and conditions you sign when renting a house or apartment. The main reason they're so important is because they set out the rules that govern your relationship with the company providing the service. In addition, if something goes wrong, these terms will help you understand what your rights are. Banks often put their terms in small print at the bottom of a page or on another page altogether, but it's worth taking a look at them because they may contain important information about how your account works. The bank can change these terms and conditions at any time, which means you should always read them carefully and understand them before signing up for an account. Always remember to do your own research regarding your financial situation and to think before you act. Thank you so much for watching my video. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and turn on those post notifications.